We all know NASCAR is dangerous. Drivers strap into machines going 200 miles per hour, inches apart, fighting for every position. And yes, we expect the high-speed wrecks, the fiery pileups, the big one. But sometimes, it's the unexpected that gets you. The freak accidents, the bizarre, almost cartoonish moments, the injuries that make you go, wait, how did that just happen? From pit road chaos to mechanical nightmares to, yes, a victory celebration that went completely sideways, these moments prove danger doesn't clock out when the race is over. Today, we're counting down Conor Zilisch and 15 other freak injuries in NASCAR races. We're going from the oldest shocks to the newest jaw-dropper. Buckle up, because this ride gets stranger with every lap. Number 15, Pit Road Tragedy in 1990. Atlanta Motor Speedway in 1990. Pit road has always been a dangerous place, but what happened that day shook NASCAR to its core. During a stop, Ricky Red came in hot and collided with Bill Elliott's car. The impact sent crew member Mike Rich, working on Elliott's car, tumbling. He was pinned between the two cars. Emergency crews rushed in, but Rich's injuries were too severe. He died shortly after. This heartbreaking moment forced NASCAR to enforce stricter pit road speed limits, reorganize pit box layouts, and require more safety gear for crew members. It was a tragic price for progress. Number 14, insane Daytona barrel rolls. If there's one place where NASCAR drivers have learned to expect the unexpected, it's Daytona. The high banking, the speed, the pack racing, it only takes one mistake. Over the years, we've seen cars go airborne, barrel rolling 6, 8, even 10 times in under 2 seconds. Incredibly, thanks to modern roll cages, reinforced seats, hands devices, and roof flaps that help slow the car midair, drivers have walked away from wrecks that would have been unthinkable decades ago. It's not just a testament to safety, it's proof NASCAR can make crashes survivable, even when they look like movie stunts. Number 13, Davey Allisons' blood red eyes in 1992. Davey Allisons' 1992 crash at Pocono was already bad. He broke his arm and suffered a concussion. But the real freak twist was the impact burst the blood vessels in both eyes, turning them solid red. It was a scary, almost demonic look, and a reminder of how violent G-forces can be. Most drivers would have sat out weeks. Not Davey. He returned the next race still sporting the blood red eyes and finished inside the top 10. Number 12, Don McTavish's Daytona tragedy in 1969. In the 1969 Permatex 300, Don McTavish was involved in a multi-car accident that tore the entire front end off his car. The cockpit was completely exposed. No sheet metal, no bumper, nothing. Before he could recover, another car slammed directly into the open driver compartment. McTavish was killed instantly. This horrifying moment forced NASCAR to rethink car construction, eventually leading to the stronger front clips and energy-absorbing materials we see today. Number 11, J.D. McDuffy's fatal Glen crash in 1991. A fan favorite and a veteran underdog, J.D. McDuffy was racing at Watkins Glen when a suspension failure sent him straight into the barriers. The hit was brutal, and in a freak chain of events, one of the wheels came loose and struck him in the head. He died instantly.
McDuffy's crash, along with other Watkins Glen incidents, eventually led to changes in barrier design and runoff areas.
Number 10. Adam Petty and Kenny Irwin Jr.'s skull fractures in 2000. It's rare enough to see one driver suffer the same exact fatal injury, but in 2000 it happened twice within weeks. Both Adam Petty and Kenny Irwin Jr. died from basilar skull fractures. It was the final straw for NASCAR. The hands device, which had been optional, became mandatory. It's no exaggeration to say that decision has saved dozens of drivers since. Number 9, Steve Park's steering wheel disaster in 2001.
Under caution at Darlington, Steve Park was coasting when his steering wheel popped completely off in his hands. Without control, his car shot hard into A.J. Foyt's machine at speed. The freak accident left Park with serious brain injuries, ending his full-time Cup Series career. It also led to stricter rules on steering column inspection and retention devices, because no one should lose a race car to something that small. Number 8. Michael Waltrip's car split in two in 1990. Bristol 1990, Michael Waltrip slammed the wall so hard that the car literally split in half. The front section was gone, the rear mangled, it didn't even look like a race car anymore. And somehow, Waltrip climbed out without a scratch. It's one of the most jaw-dropping examples of the roll cage doing its job perfectly. Number 7. Richard Petty's flipping at Darlington in 1970. Darlington Raceway in 1970. Richard Petty rolled violently down the front stretch, and in one terrifying moment, his head stuck outside the car as it tumbled. He survived, but the incident led directly to the introduction of the window net, a simple, cheap safety measure that's been saving lives ever since. Number 6. Lee Petty's career-ending wreck in 1961. At Daytona, Lee Petty, already a 3-time champion, was involved in a vicious crash that sent his car flipping into the guardrail. The injuries were devastating: crushed chest, punctured lung, broken leg, fractured collarbone. He never raced in NASCAR again. But his accident reminded everyone that even legends aren't invincible. Number 5. Geo Boddines' Daytona Truck Inferno in 2000. The inaugural truck race at Daytona was supposed to be a celebration. Instead, it turned into one of the most violent crashes in NASCAR history. Jeff Boddines' truck clipped another when airborne, flipped 9 times, tore through the catch fence, and exploded in flames. The fact that he survived, with broken bones and burns but alive, is nothing short of miraculous. Number 4. Derek Coates' engine grenade in 2016. At Watkins Glen, Derek Coates' engine didn't just fail, it detonated. Flames, smoke, and chunks of metal shot out from under the hood like shrapnel. Fans in the stands could feel the heat. Cove escaped without a scratch, but the incident looked more like a war zone than a racetrack. Number 3. Cars stuck together in 2022. At Bristol Truck Series 2022, Austin Wanself and Matt DiBenedetto got together, and their trucks literally locked bumpers. They couldn't separate. Officials had to tow them into the pit, still connected, and use tools to pry them apart. It's one of those moments that's more bizarre than dangerous, but it still left everyone shaking their heads. Number 2. Pit crew hit by a flying tire in 2024. At Pocono, a loose tire got away during a pit stop and turned into a deadly projectile. It struck crew member J.P. Cayley square in the side, breaking 2 ribs and partially collapsing his lung. Here's the wild part. Cayley finished the pit stop before going to the hospital. That's NASCAR toughness in a nutshell.
Number 1. Conor Zilisch's victory lane fall in 2025.
And finally, the freak injury that inspired this list. After dominating the Xfinity race at Watkins Glen for JR Motorsports, 19-year-old Conor Zilisch climbed out of his car to celebrate. He stood on the door, waving the fans, but his foot snagged on the window net. In an instant, he tumbled headfirst onto the pavement. Medics rushed in. He avoided head trauma, but suffered a broken collarbone, ending his plans to make his Cup Series debut the very next day. It's living proof that in NASCAR, the danger doesn't stop when the checkered flag waves. From heartbreaking tragedies to bizarre freak accidents, these moments show NASCAR's risks aren't limited to high-speed wrecks. Sometimes it's the strange, the unexpected, and the downright unlucky that leave the biggest mark. So, which of these freak injuries shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts below. And if you want more wild NASCAR stories, you know what to do.